on there.
What?
Did you write Michelle again?
Plus, you know, I had an advantage. I grew up in a big family, so it was fend for yourself. Grab the food and eat while you can, so that helps.
I was actually thinking one of these times someone might go against the plan and I'd be blindsided, but it hasn't happened so far.
I want to go to the final two with Sarah. I don't want to go to the final two with Chris.
What you have to do is be able to hold one end of that string in your hand and grab the immunity with the other. All right, survivors ready? And go! Oh, that challenge kind of sucked. I was 2 inches away. Couldn't quite get it. I needed one more knot to get undone, and I couldn't do it.
Threw a kink in their chain, and I still got another immunity in my pocket, so I'm looking pretty good because they're gonna have to start going after Chris or Corey. Chris came close last time. He was 1 vote shy, so this may be the end of his line right now. You're gonna have to choose between me or him eventually. Because as much as I like winning them, I got a feeling there's a brain teaser coming, and that could be my downfall.
Guys, Keith once again wins immunity, and it looks like the Babur tribe's going to have to start eating it. So, Chris, I notice everybody sort of sits in a group. Is the plan already mapped out? My plan is mapped out. I don't know if anyone else's. How about you, Sarah? Does everybody have a separate plan in this tribe?
I know who I'm voting for. We just have to see where it falls.
Corey, is anything getting organized here, or is it just a big...
I think some stuff's organized, but I think some people are still...
On the outs, huh?
Yeah.
Sarah with an H, are you part of one of these groups that has a plan going?
Sure hope so.
Okay. And Keith, do you want to give your personal immunity away to anybody else?
Ooh.
No.
All right, then let's go vote. For the votes, does anybody care to play their immunity idol? All right. First vote. Sarah with no H. Second vote. Chris. Third vote. Chris. That's 2 for Chris, 1 for Sarah with no H. Next person voted off of Survivor India.
No,
That's
it's
2.
That's 2 and 2.
Is it 2-2?
Yeah.
Next person voted off of Survivor India. Sorry, the tribe has spoken. Even if I went a little premature on that one.
The thing is that now, if Chris makes it to the end, he definitely gets my vote. Because nobody is willing to stand up to him. So, good luck, Chris.
The original plan is Keith doesn't win immunity. So hopefully we can make that happen this time. He's had a pretty good run of luck, so we'll see.
Cool.
And if he wins again, then we got to come up with plan D, I guess.
Hoping the next challenge isn't like a puzzle. Not too good at puzzles. Hoping something physical, because I think I'm in better shape than a lot of them.
We had a fine alliance. As it turns out, it held together. I'm pretty happy with it. Now that if Keith wins again, I don't know who's going to go next. We're going to start scrambling. You guys have an immunity idol?
Did.
We did. Is that why Marie's still here? Or is that why Marie got voted out? Or no? How did it go? Marie got voted out and then Paul stayed. Did Paul have it?
No.
No. I figured that for sure. Because Marie was like, she was good, you know?
All I know is I got a problem now.
Yeah.
I need one of you two guys to vote for Chris.
Force the tie.
Yeah.
Alright, this game's very simple. You've got balloons in a sack down the other end. You have to transport them all down to this end, into this bag. You cannot hold the balloons by the knot. Okay, so you're going to have to figure out how many you can reliably hold. Because if you drop any, you have to take them all the way back to the bag before you can come back over here. The other twist on this, if you want, when you get back to here, and you want to take one of your opponent's balloons and put it back in their bag, you may. Drivers ready? And go! You guys bring it 4 feet. Okay, Tekka, it's coming down to the end here. Corey's wearing that immunity necklace. So Sarah, is there any planning going on at all at this point? Do you have a plan?
We're going to take the rest of our members.
Just winging it?
Beginning tribe all the way.
All right, Chris, do you agree with that?
I guess I agree with that.
Is that, Corey, does that mean Keith is on the short end then? And Keith, how do you feel about being the short end?
First time in my life I've been short.
Okay. All right, guys. Corey, do you want to give up your immunity? I bet you don't. All right, so let's go vote.
We have a last-minute dilemma.
What's that?
The realization that there could still be an immunity idol out there. Wait. Oh, I might be sorry.
All right, guys, last vote. This is the last time you can use an immunity idol. Does anybody wish to play one of those? Gee, that is an immunity idol? Any votes for Keith will be disregarded. Right? First vote. Sarah with an H. Second vote. Keith will not be counted. 1 for Sarah. Keith will not be counted. And Chris. So we have a tie between Chris and Sarah. All right, when I say go, you're going to let go. The first person to have one of their balls drop off of the plate will be the next member of the jury. Survivors ready? Go.
She better go to
Chris,
I did.
you become the...
It's okay. I thought I was going to be in the last two. That's not how I expected that to work out, but it's okay. I had fun playing.
Now, if your stack falls over, meaning any coin but the bottom one is touching either the table or this, then you are out. First person out will be the last member of our jury. The final two will go to the final jury to compete for winner of Survivor India. But there is incentive for staying in this game the longest. The person who stays in the longest can choose secretly one jury member whose vote they can flip. You won't know how that person voted. You might flip that vote against you. However, it will make a difference if there is a 4-5 vote. All right, survivors ready? And go! One more. Careful. Careful. Moment when I say go, you're going to add 2 coins to the top of your stack. I'm going to count to 5. You have to be done touching the coins by the time I get coins off the 5. Ready? Go. 1. Corey, out. First member of our jury.
Well, I lost the last challenge. Pretty mad about it, mad at myself. I think if I would have went to the final, I would have had a good chance of winning. But it was fun, had a good time. And 3rd place isn't that bad.
Chris, what would you like to say to the jury?
I think I played the best game I could. I did all the key things that you have to do. Built an alliance early on. Stuck with the alliance the entire way through the game. Came through in some clutch challenges when we really needed it, like in the puzzle game in the very beginning and at the end here. Only told one teeny little fib. Sorry, Sarah. And you know, and made strategic moves when I had to, and like in our final vote here when we weren't sure if Keith might have the immunity idol. So had to make the decision at the last second to change my vote just to protect our team a little bit. So I think I played the best game I could without being a sleaze bag, and that's all I can say.
All right, Keith, what would you like to say?
Covered most of it. You know, I mean, what else can you do? You got to come out and try and win. You know, that's obviously why you're here. We all came out here to win, I think. You know, even though we had fun, you know, ultimately you're playing a game and you play a game to win. And I just got lucky. I won a couple of immunities and held on.
All right. So, jury questions. Linnell, you were first voted out. What's your question?
Keith,
Yeah.
I have to make this a little bit about me. What was your strategy in voting me out first?
I saw 3 people as my biggest threat on our team, and I had to go with those 3 people.
Okay. Chris, being a strong competitor, why do you think you lasted this long without being voted out?
I think the reason is because, actually I'm not sure. I thought they would have voted me out, I'm not sure. But I made an alliance with Sarah and Corey early on. And I don't think Sarah or Corey had any predispositions about like me having won other games or anything like that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, Mike, you're up next.
All right. I think you guys both did a great job. Wish I was sitting there where you are. Unfortunately, I'm not. But I just want to ask you, at any time in the game, did you make a move where you think maybe it'll cost you a vote at the end?
Well, like I said, I told one little fib the whole game, and that was when Keith won immunity, and we were down to Sarah, me, and Corey. And so we were all voting together up until that point, so we had to vote one of ourselves out. And unfortunately, Sarah without the H was not part of our original 3, so it had to be her. So I had to tell her that we were voting for the other Sarah.
How about you, Pete?
I don't remember the question.
Is there anything that you did in the game that you think could cost you the vote here at the end?
Just that I kept voting for him. I knew that he was going to vote for me every time. I was pretty sure of that. As far as when we were individual teams, I don't think so, because we had David and Murray. Maybe a little bit. That one could have backfired on me, but it didn't.
All right. Well, good job, guys.
All right, Marie was next.
Speaking of which, what happened to our little alliance that we had going? Why did you choose to break that?
Well, I was expecting more puzzles and brain teasers, really and truly, and I didn't want to go against you in a puzzle, brain teaser or anything like that. And me and David were pretty close, so we were going to get you, and then we were going to get him, and that's the way it worked.
Okay. And then I also wanted to know who you guys voted for in the last round. Chris, who did you vote for in the last?
In this last vote that we just had?
That was when there was 4 people,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, who did you vote for then?
I voted for Sarah H.
You voted for her?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's because we realized that Keith could have the immunity idol, in which case all votes against him wouldn't count, and he would have the choice of who got voted off. Whereas if I voted for Sarah, I was pretty sure he would vote for me, and then at least it would come down to either a re-vote or a challenge.
And then Keith, who did you vote for in that last round? You
Chris.
voted. Okay.
I voted against Chris ever since we merged. Again, I did it because I looked at my biggest challenge, and I felt him to be it.
All right, who was next? With Paul? Were you next?
Yep.
Paul was after Marie.
Was I? I didn't know we were going there.
Yep.
When did you find the immunity idol? Keith.
When we first figured out that Mike had taken a couple already and we didn't know about it, and we were talking about it back there, and I sat down and I saw that stripe on that table, and Marie had come back from voting, and as I was walking up there I saw the yellow piece of tape on there, and I knew if I didn't take it then I wouldn't have it.
All right, next out was, not sure, was it Michelle?
Well, that was the dual round.
Oh, right. We had, first was, I don't remember.
Michelle?
I think Michelle was,
Yeah, we'll go second.
Michelle was the first person voted out of green. So yeah, I think you were next.
Chris, I think that Keith has really showed that he has survived against insane odds, whereas you kind of more of just walked the sheep in the direction you wanted him to go. What makes you think that you survived so well?
I don't know. I guess I figured leading is better than surviving.
Is that all? Dave, were you next?
I never voted for you.
Okay, first question for Keith. Do you think you would be in the same position if the teams were divided up differently at the get-go?
Oh, no doubt. Absolutely no doubt.
Do you think you would have been in a better or worse position?
Worse.
And for Chris, being that I considered your team a very intelligent team, what exactly happened to your hidden immunity idol?
Well, we're also a very fair team, so our original alliance got the idea to just get rid of it. And so that no one person, because, sorry, when we were given the clue about the idol, the clue was immediately divulged to everyone. So everyone knew there was the idol, and we sort of all collectively had it. So rather than come up with some random way to give it to someone, we decided to just get rid of it.
Okay.
So we threw it in the lake. Sort of.
Sort of. Okay, after Dave, I don't remember. Was it Mike?
No. Oh, because it was Michelle again. and
Michelle
now it's
again,
me.
but oh, Sarah.
Unless Michelle goes again.
Yeah, Mike was at the right, very beginning. What am I thinking of?
Sarah.
Right. No.
Chris. Hello.
Hello.
When we did get the immunity idol, Sarah actually had it in her possession until you got her to hand it to you. Then it got leaked. But if we hadn't leaked it, were you planning on keeping it for yourself, or were you going to give it back to her?
Of course not. You all knew I had it. It's not like I was going to take it away and try to...
Were you going to give it back to Sarah?
I was going to do whatever the group decided to do with it.
Okay.
I just wanted to look at it, and she gave it to me, and then I started making jokes about, now I have it. I wasn't going to keep it.
Were those jokes? Keith, good job.
All right, so Sarah with an H.
Congratulations to both of you. Very good job. Very good job outwitting and outlasting us all. I'm having a really hard time making my decision now, because obviously, Keith, you came against no odds, and you won so many challenges. We were for sure you were getting tossed after the first couple, but you managed to sit there, and it's not one of us. Chris, you managed to play a really good game. It was that final move in the end, I think, which is why maybe you're there instead of somebody else. I don't have any hard feelings for it. So I ask you guys, why do you think that you are the deserving to win the game?
Well, because I'm here. Nobody voted me off. Nobody deserved it any more than anybody else. It's, you know that if I had won immunities, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. So, just got lucky, I guess.
And I guess I feel like I deserve it because I feel like I tried to orchestrate things like right from the beginning and come up with a plan, to stick to the plan and not piss anyone off, and do good in the challenges, and like I said, do all the key elements that you need to get through to the end.
All right, next was Corey.
Chris, do you think if I wouldn't have won that immunity when you had the tie with Sarah, would you have voted me just to make the next challenge?
Wait, which one? I'm sorry. Which challenge are you talking about?
When I won the immunity.
With the balloons.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then, so you couldn't vote for me. So if I hadn't won the immunity, would you have voted for me instead of Sarah to have that tiebreaker?
Who are you taking to the third? Before that?
So wait, I'm just trying to remember. At that point, it was you, me, Sarah,
and Keith.
Keith.
So if Keith would have won.
You wanted in the balloon one.
4 of us. So why wouldn't I have voted for Keith?
If Keith would have won.
Oh, if Keith would have won. Oh, then who have I voted for? I honestly have absolutely no idea. I was hoping it wasn't going to come down to that. I can't answer that. Because I was honestly hoping it would not come down to having to make that decision, so I was just avoiding trying to figure out how to justify going either way.
All right, well, you guys played a good game.
All right, there you have it. I hope you have enough information now to make your choice. I want to remind you that this time when you vote, you are voting for the person you want to win. So, Chris, whose vote would you like to flip?
Well, I'm thinking if I were going to flip anyone, it would be Dave or Michelle. I'm not sure if Michelle really is against me or not. So there's definitely a chance that if I flip her, I could do more damage than good. And I could kind of assume that Dave's going to vote for Keith, but again, not 100%. So that's kind of a tough one too, and I'm kind of tempted to just let it play out the way nature intended and see what happens.
Thank you everybody for coming today. I hope even if you didn't win or make it to the end that you had a good time. For the second place finisher, we have Jaipur, the card game of India. I've been told that this is actually a pretty good game. I haven't tried it myself. And the winner will receive $50 in cash.
Wow.
So remember that you want to see your name this time on the vote. First vote. Keith. One for Keith. Second vote. Chris. One for Keith. One for Chris. And I'll remind you, you need 5 votes to win. Keith. 2 for Keith. 1 for Chris. Everybody make sure I don't miscount. Fourth vote. Chris. 2 for Chris. 2 for Keith. Keith, 3 for Keith, 2 for Chris. Chris.
Wow.
3 for Keith, 3 for Chris. Keith, 4 for Keith, 3 for Chris. The winner of Survivor India.
SPARKS, Sparks.